So you've decided to grow a beard, and you think to yourself, how hard could it be? I mean, really, you just stop shaving, right? And not exactly. Growing a beard requires having a plan, having some good habits, and more or less understanding that there's going to be some awkward phases. And I have seen thousands of guys make mistake after mistake after mistake when trying to grow a beard. I mean, let's face it, most of us grew up in an era where our dads didn't really teach us how to do this stuff. It's just something we had to kind of figure out for our own by watching guys on the internet. But I am here to help. Today, I'm going to show you the 10 things you need to stop doing to make sure that you can grow the best beard possible. Let's get into it.
My name is Matty Conrad, and I've been a barber for over 30 years. About 15 years ago, I started a barbershop chain called Victory Barber and Brand, and spent most of my time traveling around the world teaching barbers how to be, well, better barbers. I won a ton of awards and have been featured in a number of magazines, but you probably recognize me from being GQ's favorite grooming expert on their YouTube series. Last I checked, that had over 40 million views, which inspired me to start my own YouTube channel, so I could answer all of your questions and teach you some of my best tips and tricks on how to take your grooming to the next level. So here they are.
If you've been trying to grow a beard and it's just not hitting the way you thought it would, it might not be your genetics. It might be you. I've been a barber for 3 decades. I've worked with thousands of bearded guys, and I can tell you that most guys are making the same mistakes over and over again. So today I'm breaking down the 10 worst things that you can do when growing a beard and how to actually fix them. If you're new here, I'm Matty Conrad, I'm GQ's favorite grooming guy, and I help men look sharper, feel better, and I take the guesswork out of your grooming. Let's get into it. Number 1, not having a realistic goal. You've got to stop comparing your beard to other people. That guy on Instagram, different density, different growth pattern, different genetics.
Remember, we're not working with that guy's beard, we're working with your beard. And if this is what your beard looks like, then this is not a likely outcome for you. But that doesn't mean you can't have a beard.
The problem is when you try and force your beard into somebody else's blueprint, you usually end up frustrated and over trimming to compensate. Instead, figure out what your beard does well. Try and work with it, not against it. Number 2, not having a good barber. A bad beard trim will set you back months, but a good barber that knows how to work with a beard will help you build your shape over time.
Do you want to know the easiest way to find a barber who's good with beards? Just find someone where you live that has the kind of beard you like and ask him who does it. It's just that simple.
You don't need someone who just lines things up. You need somebody that understands growth patterns, weight distribution, long-term shape, and somebody that's on the same page as you are for what beard you're trying to achieve. Ask for their advice, show them pictures, show them what you're trying to achieve, and a good barber should be able to tell you whether or not you're going to be able to get there with their help or not. If your barber treats your beard like an afterthought during a service, you're already losing. Number 3, making your beard your whole identity. This one's subtle, but I see it a lot. Guys grow a beard, and suddenly that's their whole personality. And here's the truth. A beard should support your look, not carry it. And that means if the beard disappeared tomorrow, you should still look like a pretty solid version of yourself. And there's a lot of people online that will say the beards are kind of like makeup for men and they're hiding a weak chin or a double chin, something like that. That's a great use for a beard, but it shouldn't become everything about your style. So make sure you also cultivate your style that supports your look. It's not just about having a beard and everything else doesn't matter. Make sure that everything looks uniform and the beard is just another part of an already strong look. Number 4, trimming too much, too often. This is one of the biggest mistakes. You're dropping your top line too low, you're taking your baseline too high, you're trying to keep things too contained while your beard is trying to grow. Some guys that want to grow their beard out are too OCD about the way it looks on the day-to-day. And instead of letting it grow out naturally and look a little rougher and a little wild, they trim every single day. So what happens? You end up with a beard that never really gets a chance to develop. A beard needs time to build weight and structure. And if you keep resetting it every single week, you're pretty much just stuck in beard purgatory. So instead of just trimming them off every day, try and use a product that can help you contain the flyaways and make your beard look a little bit more polished without making it look greasy and shiny. My recommendation is Victory Barber and Brand Super Dry. It's my absolute favorite. It has no shine, and it really helps contain the flyaways so that you can get a thicker, fuller looking beard in no time. Number 5, when it comes to trimming, You grip it and rip it. You ever just grab a trimmer and just start going at your beard, looking for anything that's sticking out? No plan, no direction, just working off the vibes. Yeah, that's how a beard gets destroyed. Every time you touch your beard with a tool, you should be thinking, what am I trying to achieve here? Does it need a stronger shape? Does it need to be cleaned up? Do I need to let it grow? If you can't answer that question, put the tool down. Number 6, falling for beard gimmicks. There is so much garbage in the beard world. Growth oils, miracle serums, beard rollers that promise Viking-like genetics overnight. Most of it, completely useless. There is no shortcut to density, and there is no magic fix for patchiness. So just focus on good habits and consistency, not gimmicks. Make sure you take your vitamins, eat properly, get enough rest, treat your skin well, use a good wash, use a moisturizer. Make sure you create an optimal environment for your hair to grow. Number 7, too much oil, not enough brush. For some reason, every guy with a beard loves beard oil. Let me be the first to tell you that beard oil is not a necessity for every guy with a beard. It is, in fact, something that's more prescriptive. You use it when your hair is dry or when the skin is itchy and flaky. It will help relieve some of those symptoms and will help nourish the skin and hair. But it doesn't mean you need to use it every day, and it's certainly not going to help your beard grow thicker. Too much oil just makes your beard greasy and flat. What you're missing is a brush. Brushing trains the hair, distributes natural oils, and help exfoliate the skin underneath, and actually makes your beard look fuller. So really, less oil, more discipline. Number 8, using cheap quality tools. For the most part, beard tools are designed more for convenience than they are for quality. Having quality beard tools that actually do the job that they're supposed to do is a far better option than buying something cheap that you're gonna have to replace every year. And I've had a ton of feedback from guys telling me that they've used all these drugstore beard tools and they never seem to get the job done properly. So that's why I designed Ranger and Scout. Ranger and Scout tools are designed to be professional quality, just the same tools that your barber uses. Barbers use specific tools that are designed to do specific parts of the job. What makes a clipper really good at dealing with bulk makes it really bad at outlining. And what makes an outliner really good at creating sharp, clean outlines makes it really bad at dealing with bulk. And when it comes to a shaver, the hair already has to be a microfine stubble before it even works. So instead of trying to put all 3 of those tools into one cheap machine that does a kind of okay job at all of them, I designed tools that do the exact same job that your professional tools do at a professional quality, and I've made them affordable enough that you can buy them and have them at home on your countertop for the same price as some of these consumer tools. You can go check them out at www.rangerandscout.com. If you're serious about your beard, you need tools that are built for the job. Your barber doesn't use garbage tools, so why are you? Number 9, ignoring your health. Your beard is actually a reflection of what's going on in your body. If you're in poor health, your hair quality diminishes. Your hair is connected directly to your bloodstream, and everything that goes into your bloodstream and is happening in your body will come out through your hair. If you're on heavy medications, if your diet is trash, if you're not getting proper nutrients, if your body's just run down, your beard will show it. You don't need anything crazy, just basic health, hydration, and vitamins can go a really long way. Try Men's Multivitamin. Make sure you're getting enough zinc, enough vitamin B, enough sleep. And for those of you that really want a little extra help, try Biotin. Number 10, not knowing when you've hit peak beard. At a certain point, your beard has reached its peak, and that's just the longest it's gonna get. Length, density, and shape all have to be working, and that's different for everyone. But then there's guys that just keep pushing it. And it's almost like we get some sort of facial dysmorphia. Like you don't understand what your face looks like, and your beard has been getting slowly longer and longer and longer until it looks ridiculous. Trust me, I know. I've had beards so many different lengths, and when I look back at pictures of myself, when I had the longest beard I've ever had, like what the hell was I doing? Now, this is gonna be personal preference and everybody has a look that they like, but there is more or less a perfect length for your beard that is gonna be complementary to your face shape and is gonna be manageable and is also gonna be supported by the density and texture that you have. So talk to your barber and ask him where he thinks your peak beard length is, because longer doesn't always mean better. A great beard isn't just about length, it's about density, balance, and proportion. So know when to stop, refine it, and own it. If you fix even a few of these mistakes, your beard will look better almost immediately. Not because it grew faster, but because you stopped getting in your own way. So if you want me to break down tools, routines, and step-by-steps, just drop that in the comments below, and I'll make sure that we create more content teaching you guys exactly how to take care of your beard. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you got any value out of this, please click like and subscribe so that as many guys as possible can see this content. Make sure you leave your comments below, and until next time, good luck and good grooming.